Well, let's try this. Hello, good morning, and welcome to group counseling. My name is Taylor Randolph, and I will be your instructor for this summer. Welcome to class. Group counseling is one of our experiential classes here in the MCP program, and so you get hands-on experience. You also get a big dose of theory, so you're able to pass the comprehensive exam at the end of your journey, and also the NCE, National Counselor Exam. For those of you that are in education, there are a handful of you, welcome. Hopefully this class will add to your portfolio and also add to the experiences that you'll take forward into education. Groups are a primary vehicle of therapy in a lot of different settings. So especially drug and alcohol counseling. I've also seen it used a lot with kids. I've delivered a lot of groups in my time. I would say verging on, I would say well over 500 groups in my time. I was gonna try to maybe get up to 1,000, but I think that's stretching it a bit. But those groups varied. Generally speaking, early in my career, I was responsible to do about 5 groups a week. The first, I worked in, for those of you that don't know me, I didn't put my beat up or anything like that. I did work in the field for a long time, and I'm a licensed professional counselor. I'm also a licensed alcohol and drug counselor. I started working in the field at Meadow Lake Hospital. We delivered groups daily to the kids that were housed out there. So each shift, before I got my license, we delivered groups. After I got my license, I was also responsible to continue doing groups. So it didn't stop. Yeah, I worked for a couple of years there early on. Then I moved to Tulsa, and I worked at a place called 12 and 12, which is an adult rehab for addiction. And so that was primarily group driven. You name it. We did most of our therapy there by group. And so I got very accustomed to doing group with kids, very accustomed to doing group with adults. I moved back to Enid in 2002. And I began doing groups with the adolescent drug court there, and also family groups with the First Offender Program. I have delivered to a lot of different, structured groups, process groups, structured groups, education groups, family groups, you name it. Early on in my career, I was doing it. I would say later on, after I was primarily full-time practicing counseling the first 7-8 years of my career. Then I was promoted to clinical director at Youth and Family Services in 2008. And my group, I'd say I still did group provision there, because I did group supervision with folks there, with the clinicians there. And so I think that also led me into being comfortable with teaching. In fact, I know it was one of the groups that I did was an education group early on at 12 and 12 at the adult rehab, and I was petrified. I remember, and it came off well. I was well received, and so I've just continued and stuck with it ever since. I really missed the person-to-person interaction here with the COVID thing, but that's something that fills me up, that gives me life when I'm able to kind of talk with people and be in amongst folks. It's a good experience. So I didn't used to be an extrovert. In fact, I'd still say that I'm probably not, if you look at personality dynamics and being in groups. But one thing about an introvert in a group is that you can get comfortable with the structure and feel comfortable and confident in sharing. And that's what I want us to do here in this class. So let's go ahead and jump into, enough with the introduction about me. Let's go ahead and jump into our course design, so you folks know what to expect. And I hope this is it. Yeah, hopefully this is my latest copy of the syllabus. I've been revising this quite a bit, so hopefully this is it. Here's our format. There you go. There's our first mistake. That's not going to be summer of 19. It's going to be summer of 20. Dr. Kirby taught this class last year and many of the years previous to that, probably 7 or 8 years. So I've made a couple of changes to it, not too many, but this is an older version, hopefully, of the syllabus, because I noticed some errors here in editing. The biggest thing here as we get started, and this is really important, so I'm going to stop my share. Be certain. Look on self-service. Look on when you log in where you enroll, where you can look at registration. Be certain that if you're in education, you're in the 2-hour course. And the way that you can tell which course that you're in, it'll use this prefix, Psych 5813 and Psych 5812. Psych 5812 is a 2-hour course. If you're education, make sure you're in that one. Unless you want this one, unless you plan on getting your LPC at some point and counting this class, if you'd like that, if you're planning on getting licensed, here's the big thing. If you don't have the 3-hour class, it won't count toward licensure. If you're planning to be licensed, which is all the MCP students, I think, you have to be in the 3-hour class. So check that. Please check if you somehow got enrolled in a 2-hour class. Now, the very first week is the time to get that fixed. Because if it gets past this first week, you're pretty much up a creek, because we can't change it. It's basically on file with the registrar. The regents we're falsifying data. We can't do that. We can't switch you out. So right now, make sure that you're in the 3-hour course. If you're supposed to be in the 3-hour course, if you're supposed to be in the 2-hour course, make sure you're in the 2-hour course. Hopefully, that made sense. That's the biggest thing getting started. Yeah, this is not the right syllabus. This is Lee's. So hold on, let me get our actual syllabus. So we are on comparing apples to apples. It's still got Lee's name on it. So here's the syllabus. Hopefully, be myself. Oh, no, this is not. What is the deal? Why is there such an issue here? Okay, career education. That's not the class. Group counseling. Please have my syllabus. Please, okay. Thank goodness. All right. I don't know where that was coming from. That was interesting. Okay, so here is our actual syllabus. Apparently that was the one that I was working with. Excuse me. I need a drink of water. Nope, I didn't fix the date. And I didn't fix anything. My goodness. What is the deal? And Dara, I can't. Well, that's going to have to be fixed. I did fix the point total here. So, okay. So that's good. So let's check this out. Evaluation and grading. Okay. I'm just going to stop here.